Alright, so today a video idea just walked right to me, and that was the release of the newest products from Apple. They released, 4 new products, or is it 3 new products today? Well, they released the new Ipod Touch 4, which is the newest version of the Ipod Touch, the newest version of the Ipod Shuffle, which isn't really that new in general, and the newest version of the Ipod Nano, as well as iTV, but I'm not really into that, so I'm not going to get into that really at all. So first, I'm going to start off with something that I really care about the most, and that is the Ipod Touch 4. This looks fantastic. I have to say that it's about damn time they actually put a camera on it, especially since they have the iPhone 4. They have it on the front and the back, the camera. You can do FaceTime. And now they brought that to the Ipod Touch 4. That is wonderful. I love that they did that. They listen to the consumer. And I don't have a very good visual of it. I'm going to try and find pictures of it. They're going to be flashing right now if I find them. So yeah, the Retina display is also going to be on the Ipod Touch 4, just like from the iPhone 4. The Retina display pretty much makes everything visually fantastic. All of your games that you play, all the videos that you watch, now are going to be in HD, high definition. It can definitely do that with the Retina graphics. It's going to have the same processor that the iPhone 4 and the iPad run on, which is a very high processor, and is going to make browsing on Safari like really fast. It's like on the internet, make it go way faster internet, faster games. Everything's gonna be faster on this new iPod. That's great, especially since I have the 2nd generation iPod, as you can see right here. Since I don't have a good example for an Ipod Touch for 4 generations, since I don't have it right now, I'm going to get it later on in the year, but right now this is all I have to show. This is my 2nd generation iPod. So if you can just see, the camera on the front will pretty much be in the middle, right about here. Because on the iPhone 4, I believe it was like somewhere around this region or whatever. But now it's going to be like straight in the middle. And the camera on the back is going to be like right here, I believe. So yeah, that's pretty simple. People have been like leaking stuff on the internet saying, I finally found out about the Ipod Touch 4. It has the camera on the back. But, they were never really expecting to see that they're going to have a camera on the front, like for FaceTime. But, that we can now understand that was all fake bullshit and a modded Ipod Touch. But whatever. The newest model totally just blows me away. Totally going to buy it. You can buy the 8GB version, I think, for, what is it? Yeah, I don't know the prices. I'm going to put the prices in the description down below for you guys, for all the products. So, yeah, just know that. And, this is a 16GB. I have to tell you that right now. That's kind of the region I'm looking forward to buying, yet they don't have a 16 gig. Like, 8GB is way too small for me, and 32 is way too big, so they don't have anything in between that. So I'm going to go for the 32 gig since they cost about the same price as this one used to cost. So yeah, same thing pretty much. Now I want to talk about the new Ipod Nano. Ever hear about all the people that said the iPad is just another Ipod Touch that's just bigger? It's just the Ipod Touch is just huge. Well, the Ipod Nano is the Ipod Touch, except smaller. And I don't understand if you can actually even watch videos on it. It's just a touchscreen. There's no more click wheels. The only actual product that Apple still has with a click wheel is the iPod Classic, which may still be around for maybe just a year. I don't know. They're probably going to get rid of it next year. So sorry for you guys who like the classic click wheel. But these days, it's mostly about buttons and touchscreen. So yeah, iPod Nano just went over into the touchscreen generation, and it's very small. That's the one thing I'm not really sure about. I mean, it's called the Ipod Nano. You'd understand if it was small. Of course, the Nano means small. But for the screen is pretty much just the entire iPod itself. The iPod Nano has a very small screen. I'm trying to see how big the screen is actually, like the actual diagnostics of how big the screen is. But I have to say, the screen is just ridiculously small. It's small in itself. And it has apps, pretty much, like music apps. You just go into certain apps on there, like Ipod Touch has apps, but they're different. You know, they're basically drive mostly towards music, you know, like go to your songs, go to your artists, etc., etc. And I'm thinking, maybe they don't have video on here, which is a disappointment, seeing that they had the iPod Nano for 2 generations before they actually had the video. Not really sure about anything else before that, but, you know, just to get rid of the video function, I'm not really sure if they did that, but if they do still have video, it's going to be disappointing because of how big the screen is, and it's kind of square, so it's going to be a little bit weird watching a video on a square screen, especially these days when you have, like, widescreen TVs, HD. It's just going to be a little bit weird if you have to watch a video on that type of screen. So that's a turn off for me. I don't know. I don't understand why they did that, but, you know, I guess they just wanted to make it touchscreen and make it, you know, still smaller than the iPod Touch, but whatever. They just did that, and, you know, it looks pretty good. Different colors. Stylish colors, by the way. You can actually clip it onto your shirt or whatever, just like you can clip on the newest Ipod Shuffle, which goes back to its older model, because the newest model, the last year's model actually, had the, you know, it was like a little bar thing. It was smaller, no buttons. It was all voice command, and I think you can just use the buttons on the headset, which was okay, I guess. It was limited. It was really limited. That's why I didn't really want to buy any iPod Shuffles anyways. They're really limited to what you can do with them, and how you can actually listen to your songs. This is pretty random. But the newest one goes back to its older style. It's kind of boxy with buttons on it, and there's not much else I can say about that, except that, you know, it's pretty much back what it used to be. So, is that good or bad? It's good. You know, for the most part, back to the buttons, I like that. You know, a little bit more easier to control it. It's pretty good. So, overall, Apple just came out with these great devices. The iPod Touch 4 being possibly the biggest and, of course, the most anticipated of them all. This new update has been anticipated, like, since 2 years ago. Back when they were saying, hey, why doesn't the iPod Touch have a fucking camera on it? And then they put a camera on it, like, 2 years later. But, hey, if you wanted to wait for it, you know, waiting for after the iPhone 4 came out, and now we have FaceTime and a camera on the front. So, was it worth the wait? I say yes. I myself am going to take very good advantage of this when I get my iPod Touch 4, because I might start making videos on there, and, you know, since it has its own video editor on the iPod Touch itself, it's an app, you can edit videos. I'm probably going to start uploading videos from that, like quick updates or whatever, just on little things. I don't have to edit them, like, too heavily, or add an intro or whatever. Just put a random video up on YouTube. If that's possible, you know, I'll just be able to do that, and that sounds great. You know, I just making a random video, whenever. Don't have to get my video camera and record and go upload it on my computer. Just get my iPod and record, and I'm ready to upload right there. So that's really great. I'm really looking forward to that. And yeah, that's pretty much it. That's all I gotta say. Give your thoughts and opinions on the newest iPod accessories, all the newest Apple products. And I'll see you guys later. Stay gold.